Radzi and Ken here for unbelievably day number 6, the penultimate day before the final for Champion of Champions. Yesterday was the first of the semi-finals. It was off the charts, and here's a reminder of everything that happened.
Jester from Leicester, Mark Selby. The Thunder from Down Under, Neil Robertson.
The first 888 Sport Champion of Champions semi-final pitched the defending champion Neil Robertson against world number 4 Mark Selby, and the two couldn't be split after the first 4 frames. Robertson took it to 2-all at the interval with his 23rd ton of the season. Selby brought it back from the interval with a brilliant 1-3-1.
Okay, he might not be as fast as the likes of a Sullivan, Trump, even his opponent, but this has been snooker perfection in this break.
180. 124.
Two frames later, after Robertson had again pegged him back, Selby bettered the 1-3-1 with a 1-3-7 before his opponent went even better with a 1-4-1. The standard, exceptional.
Mind-bending stuff.
134. 141.
A masterful, marvellous masterclass from both.
Each made another century, and the match was down to a decider, and surely down as one of the best ever. But it was the defending champ who won through.
And we've got the world number 1 to come tomorrow night.
54.
Neil Robertson refusing to let go of his crown. That was simply superlative snooker. And it's Robertson who gloriously marches into the final. He's defeated Mark Selby 6-5. An authentic classic.
Ken, that was an epic semi-final. But before we talk about that, let's talk about what you're wearing. I'm currently more formal than you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I got a present, an early Christmas present from Stephen Hendry. So they come around once every blue moon. So I said I'd wear it for him today. Q-tips, Stephen Hendry. There you go.
Is that his merch?
It's a size large as well, so it's like I could wear it as a duvet. It could double up as a duvet.
I've got a lot of time for it. I'm glad he sorted me with one as well.
Yeah.
But the semi-final.
Oh, amazing. I think it was probably the best semi-final, not the best semi-final, the best of 11 I think I've ever seen. For quality, for break building, obviously 6 centuries and 7 frames, 4 total clearances. But just the standard, the match play, the safety, long potting, it had absolutely everything. The only thing it was missing was a dramatic sort of black ball finish or a fight on the colours or something like that. But I think the standard was just incredible. The whole all-round and the way both players played, not just Neil Robertson came out on top, of course, but just the way both players played was amazing stuff.
Also their route into this point, so you have Robbo, but there's an awful lot going on behind us. But so Robbo plays the People's Champion, Jimmy White. That was 4-0, wasn't really challenged. So you're thinking, what happens when he plays a guy of Mark's calibre? Mark was pushed all the way in his previous, so you've got 2 different routes in, but it created magic.
Yeah, amazing stuff. I think these guys are pushing each other, you know, the likes of Trump, you know, Selby, Robertson, you've got Ding, Murphy, you know, Mac Allen as well, Ronnie O'Sullivan. They're all pushing the boundaries, you know, and the standard is getting so much better. I think Neil Robertson made a really good point though, with no crowd, there's sort of less pressure, so that they feel a little bit more sort of relaxed, and that's where the better snooker is coming out. Whether you'd see that, I still think you'd still see it with crowds, because I think the crowd gives them that adrenaline buzz as well, and that can lift the player and make them play better. So it was just an amazing semi-final.
The thing you possibly can't see from this camera angle is either side of the table, you've got all of the 16 guys who've qualified for this event, and it's done in ranking order. So if we remind ourselves, we've got Neil Robertson, ranked seed number 1, Trump, Ronnie, Mark, Mark Selby, Mark Allen. So of the top 5, 4 have made it through to the semi-finals. That speaks volumes for this.
Yeah, 3 left-handers as well in the semi-finals.
Hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, 3 left-handers, which is quite unusual. We've had so many left-handers in the game now. Like years and years ago, there weren't too many. Jimmy White was, of course, the main one, but not so many. But now we're seeing a lot more left-handers and a lot more left-handers at the top of the game as well. 3 in the semi-final. It's quite unusual.
Also 6 centuries, I think it levels, according to Phil Yates' commentary, and he's never wrong, by the way, 6 centuries matches the all-time for 11-frame matches, and I think that was also Robertson and Trump. Yeah,
it was, I think they had 3 each, but I think this standard, because of the other frames and how they went as well, it was like one hit, was just quality all round. You know, they're 2 great instinctive players, but they're great match players, you know, and they've got great bottle, and when the winning line comes, they never balk at it.
So going into the final frame, how are you feeling when you're Robertson and Selby? Are you just thinking this is anybody's? Are you thinking this is mine? What goes through?
Well, John Parrott always says when you go into a final frame decider, all you want is just like one chance. Just give me one chance. That's all you want, to have a go. So at least, rather than just off the break, you break off and the guy knocks it on right in, you don't get a shot. You just want one clear chance. Selby had one sort of half chance, a long red that if he had jawed it, the red wouldn't have come back into the bulk and he wouldn't have lost the frame from it. So he'd be disappointed with that, but that was the only real chance he had in the last frame.
And do you, at that point, when it is a half chance, do you think, shall I go safety here? Or are you just thinking, right, smash it?
Oh no, the way those guys were playing, once there was a ball out, they were taking it on because they were queuing so well, they were confident, they wanted to just anything they could see, they were going to go for it, they weren't going to refuse it.
Well, not surprisingly, the man who's seeded number 1, who's the defending champion after he beat Mark Selby, spoke to Phil Yates.
Neil, that was special.
Yeah, it was a brilliant match to be a part of. I think both of us really enjoyed being out there playing like that. I think we both brought the best out of each other, and yeah, what a match. You know, I can't really think of anything I missed really. To be 5-4 in front, you know, the centuries Mark was making were off really good sort of like long pots or fantastic safety shots to create chances. And yeah, I mean, you know, if I lost the decider with only really missing, you know, 2 balls, I think an entire match would have been harsh. But yeah, just what a game. You know, what a match.
And another star of the show was the brass on table itself. It's playing perfectly.
Yeah, it is actually. I think you know, when they've been involved with this tournament the last couple of years, I think the first year it was on, they couldn't quite get the table right, but the last 2 years the table's played amazingly well. It's really fast, bounces off the cushions, is perfect. You know, it's really good to score on with the cloths playing like that. So yeah, I think, you know, the real winner is the fans, everyone watching at home, that they've seen some amazing snooker so far this week.
And you're making more centuries than Don Bradman. The scoring level is off the charts.
Yeah, I mean, Judd and I were just like pushing each other, you know, bang, bang. You know, he fired in 5 or 6 the other day. I had 4, I was quite happy with that, and then he responds with 6. So I've got to try and keep nudging further ahead. And yeah, you know, it's just great to have him on the tour. Another great player where, you know, I believe as a professional sportsman or athlete or whatever it is, the more sort of great players you have around you, they're there to push you on to become a better player than maybe what you would have been otherwise. So yeah, very lucky to be around Ronnie, Judd, you know, Higgins, Selby. These guys bring out the best in me.
And finally, you've defended titles in China in the past, the Wuxi Classic, and also the Gdynia Open in Poland. But to defend this title, that would be something else.
Yeah, it would. I think you know, Ronnie's done it before, I think, right? So and you know, not many players have even won this event overall. So you know, you have to beat the very best players in the world, and it's going to require an equally as impressive performance as what I did today to lift the trophy.
Great stuff tonight.
Cheers, Phil. Thanks, mate.
Robertson, one of the nicest guys on tour, really humbly says the winner was Snooker.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like we all won.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and no crowds here, but I'm sure, you know, the audiences watching on the TV, they would have been enthralled by that at the edge of the seat stuff. They were truly entertained, as we all were here. Yeah, it was a magnificent match, and it was a great line as well. Snooker was the complete winner.
After that interview, I actually said to him, I said, can you feel when something's special out on the table? And he said, oh yeah. He said, you know you're a part of something epic going into that final frame. And so it's nice that as a player, he's enjoying it as much as we are.
Yeah. I think both players, as Stephen Hendry said in commentary, you know, they were both loving the conditions. I mean, the conditions at the table as well helped. new cloth on it, and so nice to play on. And every time the boys got in, they were making winning breaks. So it's a pleasure to play in those situations, and particularly when your opponent is playing so well that you're just waiting for those one chances, take it, and then the other guy. It's like two boxers going toe to toe. It was fantastic.
Now behind us here, you can probably see a bit of maintenance taking place before today's second semi-final. Now this happens every single day. What wouldn't necessarily happen at your local snooker club, but what is it about that table that makes it so good? Everyone's been talking about it.
Well, they're new tables. We normally play on star tables, but these are Chinese tables, Radzi tables. They're apparently about 300 pound heavier than the star tables, so they're a little bit more sturdy. Same size pockets, same cup pockets, so the pockets are exactly the same. But there's something about these new cloths, and I've been discussing with Pete Godwin, who's our table fitter, and about these new cloths are so fast and they're so light that it's conducive to high breaks. And it's been fantastic. I mean, this table has been playing so fast, and players love a fast table because it's easier to move the white around, it's easier to split the reds, and it's easier to make breaks.
Was the same true even on the practice tables, because you and Hendry were playing yesterday?
Yeah, but our breaks were only 25 and 30, so not really. Not the breaks. Yeah, a little bit different to down here, but no, this new table, this Radzi table, it's really top quality.
Well, the result of top quality was top quality shots. We ask you every single day to vote for your shot of the day. We give you 4 choices, and there was only one winner.
You have
94.
got to be kidding me.
What a first-class shot that was. We spoke about centuries. He
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
that to get the century.
Yeah.
Can we talk through just how difficult that was?
Well, I mean, it was the only shot he had, but so difficult. I mean, that's a one in maybe 20 shot, you know.
Right.
So a fantastic shot, very well executed. You could see how much he wanted to get another century, and of course he went on to make another total clearance there. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant shot. Great improvisation.
But he's so close to the red at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, 1 in 20. Is it a case of it's 1 in 20, but because he's that focused, it goes to 1 in 10, or is it just a roll of the dice?
Well, it's just you sort of pick a spot on the cushion, and you know he's going to hit it up towards that area. You never expect it to go in, it is a little bit, but at the same time, what a way to finish. It was a great shot.
Great shot, great match. Possibly another great match in today's semi-final, but before we talk about that, let's remind ourselves of the predictions. Every day me and Ken have been predicting the scores, predicting the outcomes. So we choose a person for each match that's going to go through to the next round. And thus far, we're level pegging coming into this point. Yesterday, in the semi-final, we decided it was going to be Selby to win.
Yeah, I was Selby, you were Robertson.
We know the result, but for purposes of just humour, we'll go, you chose Selby, our survey said. I chose Robbo, our survey said.
Ding.
Yes, no humility in victory here.
No.
But we have another chance, so I'm now 1-0 up.
Yeah.
We've got 2 colossal names again, Mark Allen, Judd Trump. Who are you going, Ken?
I'm going Trump. But I think it's going to be a very tight fought match, and I'm going to go Trump 6-5.
A final frame again?
Yeah. I really think so, yeah. 6-4, 6-5, I think it's going to be that close.
It's...
You have to go, Alan. I know you're going to go. I know you have to go, Alan.
And okay.
I know you want to go Trump, do you? But you have to go, Alan.
Well, no, I'm 100% behind my man, Ken.
Okay.
100% behind him. I'm going. He did the business against Ronnie.
Yeah.
And if you can beat Ronnie, you can beat anybody. And he beat Ronnie actually comprehensively. 6-3. He looked good afterwards. He looked confident afterwards. He's going to do it again on that table there. Big Mark Allen, the pistol. It's going to happen. But if I win,
you win the series.
If you win,
it goes right to the final.
Yeah. Like everything else has done this far. It should be a tasty one. Whatever you do, don't miss it. 6:45 live on ITV4 and DAZN. It's not to be missed, and the action on that table is set to be something special.